It took him less than 3 minutes to erase 20 years of my life. Victor Aldrin, my father-in-law and CEO of Verich Industries, leaned back in his throne-like leather chair, sunlight slicing through floor-to-ceiling windows like a spotlight on my humiliation. 20 executives sat in silence, faces blank, watching my execution. "Alex," Victor began with that fake warmth rich men use when they're about to screw you, "we need fresh blood, younger perspectives." And just like that, I was fired, replaced by his granddaughter, Zoe, 24 years old, Instagram smile, designer blazer, zero experience. She smirked at me across the table like I was a museum relic. "Sign here," Victor said, sliding me a separation agreement, already typed and ready. My own Mont Blanc pen, the one I'd given him years ago, waited at the signature line like a dagger. I signed, calm, controlled. Because what Victor didn't know was that he'd just detonated the landmine I'd buried in the company years earlier. Clause 17, subsection C, paragraph 3. If the original architect was removed without cause, all patents developed under his supervision reverted to his ownership. 42 patents, worth $1.1 billion, the entire technological backbone of Verich, mine. Victor thought he'd destroyed me. What he'd really done was hand me the empire's heart. The collapse by the next morning, phones in Verich Tower were ringing off the hook. Germany froze shipments. License inactive. Original architect required. Singapore went dark, then Canada, then the UK. 17 international partners, shut down in under a day. Executives scrambled, investors panicked, and Zoe? She waltzed into the boardroom with a PowerPoint in Comic Sans titled Technical Glitch Solutions. She chirped, maybe we should restart all the servers? Or upload our patents to TikTok's blockchain? The silence was nuclear. Victor clapped. "Brilliant work, Zoe." Meanwhile, headlines exploded. Wall Street Journal, CEO's fatal mistake, costs $1. $1 billion. Bloomberg, man fires employee, accidentally gives him company. Hashtag Rock's quiet power trended worldwide, fueled by leaked footage of my firing, juxtaposed with Verich's stock nosediving in real time. Victor's empire crumbled. Mine was just beginning. The turn within days, I signed papers transferring those 42 patents into my name. Klaus from Germany called, then Singapore, then Canada. The band was back together. Partners wanted me, not Victor. I rented a modest downtown office. Exposed brick, sunlight, a simple workbench. On it sat a brass plaque. Chief Architect Alex Mercer. Not CEO, not Emperor. Architect. The guy who actually builds. Victor resigned in disgrace. His granddaughter's hashtags couldn't save him. His board cut him loose like dead weight. And me? I owned the backbone of a billion-dollar industry. For the first time in 20 years, my work was mine. The irony, Victor had spent decades taking credit for my innovations. And in the end, his own signature handed every last one back to me. Epilogue. Quiet power. They called it the Walk of Quiet Power. Me leaving that boardroom with nothing but a cardboard box and a poker face while Verich imploded behind me. Victor thought he'd sucker punched me. But the truth? He'd signed his own death warrant. And I didn't even have to raise my voice.